Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the weekly podcast. My name's Jesper. I'm here with Grant and Abby. Today, we're going over some of the more negative impacts of social media, and we're exploring the way in which social media can shape the way we live, connect, and sometimes even eat. This idea came about from an observation I had that when you're in an expensive restaurant, people seem to care more about their phones than the food they're eating. So picture this. You're seated in a beautiful restaurant, soft lights and an elegant atmosphere, carefully crafted meal placed right in front of you. But before you take a bite, you reach for your phone, framing the perfect shot for Instagram. What are we missing out by focusing so much on our phones rather than the experience in front of us? When we focus on sharing every detail of our lives, even our meals, we risk sacrificing the very experience we're trying to enjoy. Research tells us that when people are focused on documenting rather than just experiencing, their actual enjoyment of the food decreases. The aroma, the flavors, the conversation, these can all take a back seat to getting that ideal shot. And while social media lets us share life's moments, it also introduces something less positive, comparison. When we're worried about having the best meal, having the best photo, going to the best restaurant merely to impress our friends and the people who follow us on social media, the 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 validity of our own life's experiences takes a nosedive when we're more focused on vanity and envy to those around us.
Yeah, Jesper, thank you. You make some really good points there. And if you look at the research linked in the description by the University of Salah Boubnadir Constantine from Algeria, you actually see that they speak to that in this the change in social values that we have. It's the separation, it's the integration of photos to every meal. It's like a change in our behaviors because predating all this digital technology, that would never be the case. You would sit down, talk, interact with the people you were with, but now it's almost a warped perception of what a meal is, what's happening at a meal, what takes place at a meal, and reaching for your phone is just such a common practice now that it's almost changed us socially, like as an intrinsic value.
Yeah, just picking back off of the observation of like how we have meals together. Um, if we kind of look at the research that I've done from the Guardian article by Jeff Orliski, there's actually a statement where a third of American adults who are nearly 18 to 29, they state that they're almost constantly online, and this has affected them almost on a mental and a health aspect as well with online time going up, their anxiety, depression, suicide rates, especially amongst this age group of 18 to 29, have also increased. And this vanity and this idea of comparing ourselves to one another has also not been adjusted when it comes to big tech companies like Meta, Facebook, or even Instagram. They're well aware of this. In fact, they use this as a way to create more content to have more screen time. From a leaked memo from the same article as well, Facebook was actually leaked saying that they are actually using algorithms to exploit human brain's attraction to divisiveness, specifically for their platform and for their content.
I totally agree, Abby. I think that a lot of these trends we're noticing with the pervasiveness of social media, it's similar to a lot of the dystopic literature of a device or a government you can't get away from. Whether people are going on vacation or on a date, they seem to care more about posting to a website than their own lives. Um, so we ask ourselves, what's the alternatives? Maybe next time you're going out on a date, you leave your phone at home or you put it on silent mode. You try to make a healthier decision. You care less about the opinions of others, and you just focus on your own life and the moments that are important to you.
You bring up some really good points. It's almost as if phones are like a form of a drug. They form this addiction in people, and they have such adverse side effects, especially when looking at those statistics we stated prior that, if you looked at like cigarettes, they cause cancer, but if you looked at phone usage and stuff, it changes. like the way we function intrinsically, right? You are more depressed, suicidal, like those tendencies stem from the usage of social media, and that's really alarming to see.
And this is just mostly in correlation, also just a change in social values. Seeing how big tech has expanded over the millennia to now where we are, uh, it has intrinsically changed how we eat, how we communicate, how we interact with other people. We interact with plenty of people, but is it real interaction? We're normally just typing or communicating through slabs of glass, essentially. But that's just not one of the many things that it also fuels. Things like misinformation, rumors, moral and ethical corruptions are rampant on a lot of these platforms that do harm society on a grander scale, but also on a smaller scale as well.
So I think what we ultimately take away from this is the next time you're out at a meal, try and savor each bite. Don't think about your phone, and consider how much you and your loved ones use social media. That'll be us for today, and see you next week.
Thanks.
Thank you.